Hi, you. Jerry here. So, Saturday, I went into lockdown, baby. Yeah. Hold on, let me just get kind of quite settled and happy and grounded and everything. So, I've been 5 days in lockdown. And, really, honestly, truthfully, it's absolutely fine. I haven't been out at all. I didn't go into crazy stock up mode. I'm always quite stocked up here in the kitchen. But it's actually been a really fascinating experience. I'm incredibly lucky because I've just come back from a week-long kind of retreat holiday where I did a lot of shamanic journeying and a lot of journaling and reading. And one of the books that I reread was one of my favorite books by, I think she's my favorite speaker. She's a great author, but she's my favorite speaker, Lynn Twist. And the book is The Soul of Money. And she's got a very shamanic perspective. She's, on life and on money. And, the fact that money even has a soul is quite interesting and beautiful. And one of the biggest things that I took away from it this time was, first of all, how much it had shaped my life years ago in maybe 2011 when I read it, and before I went traveling the world and living in Hawaii and Guatemala and everywhere. Because she shared the prophecy of the eagle and the condor. And the eagle is the left brain, money-focused, success-focused Western world. And the condor is the hearty, intuitive, other world, basically. Americas, a lot of Asia. Well, generalization, but you know what I'm talking about. The kind of shamanic tribes, the hearty, intuitive people. And in this book, she talks about how the eagle and condor one day will come together. And it had a huge impact on me last week when I was rereading it. And I realized also how much of an impact it had had on me over a decade ago. So I actually returned from my retreat, from my holiday, and I was in a really gorgeous space. I was ready for anything that life wanted to throw at me, because I'd been having quite a difficult time before I went away, and I needed to kind of take a step back, get a new perspective on my life and my next steps and everything. And I got that, and so much more. I felt like I came back with being reborn over and over and over again, which I use that phrase so many times, it's almost like a cliche sometimes. Feels like it is. Anyway, I'm going to start off by sharing some really grounded, basic tips that I got from, as I said, people who've been through this in China and in Italy, and what's worked for them. Something really interesting that I picked up today was that, and this is not kind of being shared in the news, is that China's really not recovered. It's never going to be the same. We're never going to be the same the other side of this. There's going to be a lot of chaos and catastrophe and loss and all of that. But China's really building itself back up. A lot of those extra hospital wards, etc., have closed, and things are good. And I don't want to undermine what they've been through and what we're going through and what we're still probably going to go through, because we don't know how long this is going to last. You know, I think lockdown and self-isolation and all those things are very, very important. Yeah, it's just a flu, but it spreads like nothing we've known, and it's still an unknown, you know, like only today, you know, out of Ireland, there, you know, a test has come that I think is successful, you know, an easy way to test, but that's only going to be for medical personnel. Anyway, I want to start off by sharing these just kind of grounded tips, which really, really, really help me through, you know, the days that I've been on lockdown. We can go to the supermarket and the pharmacy. Apparently hairdressers are still open, which is kind of bizarre. But, you know, there's really strict, you know, they'll kind of, you'll potentially be stopped. And I think in France and Italy, you actually have to fill out a form and present that to show you're not going out all the time, and that it's almost like you're policing yourself by filling out this form and saying, this is when I'm going out and this is what I need and everything. So I'm going to go through these grounded top tips, and then we're going to go a little bit more shamanic and more meditative. But yeah, I want to start off with this quite left brain normal way of hopefully allowing you to not just survive but thrive through this. Okie dokie. So the first, and as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. All right. Yeah. So the first thing is to start with the end in mind. And that's something that I got from the most amazing Dr. Stephen Covey, who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And this is what a lot of people shared with me. And it's one of the things that I'm super passionate about. You know, be clear on what you would love to create. Maybe be clear on what you would love the world to be like the other side of this. You know, how would you like your life to be the other side of this? What I'm hearing from a lot of people is that they're kind of rechecking their values. They're connecting a lot more with friends and family, making sure that vulnerable folk are okay. And it's really is. I think it's bringing people into their hearts, you know. In Italy, already there's swans returning to the lakes and the kind of the ponds in the cities, and fish are returning. In Venice, they're able to, you know, the water is clearer because it's a lot, you know, a lot less pollution and a lot less the water is not being, you know, what's the word? Disturbed. The sediment is all going to the bottom, so that's a lot clearer. That water is a lot clearer. Dolphins in Spain, in Italy, are coming back. I don't know if they are here in Spain because I haven't, you know, we're not allowed to go to the beach. The beaches are closed down. But only on day 2 in Spain, I noticed a change in the bird population. Like, I saw lots more birds, but one bird that I'd never seen before, it looked almost like a bird of prey. I had no idea what it was, a jay or something. I have no idea. You know, it could be a time for you to start thinking about the changes you want to make in your life. You know, maybe as a lot of people are going to be working from home, and a lot of people are homeschooling and realizing that's not so easy as they maybe thought. But, you know, what are the changes you'd love to make in your life? It's potentially a great time to, you know, to look at how you would love your life to be. So that's number 10 is to start with the end in mind. I'm going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We'll end at 1, okay? Number 9 is moment by moment. So that's all we've got. We've only got this present moment. Like, I really do often find myself getting carried away when people are talking about it fearfully, and then I have to just bring myself back to the moment and go, Jerry, you know, you've got no idea what, never mind tomorrow is going to bring. You don't know what this next moment is going to bring. So breathe, and that brings me back into the eternal now, moment by moment. It's all we've got. And that's where the magic happens, you know, as Eckhart Tolle has written all of his books about that. The power of now is the power of wow. Maybe think about, you know, what you want to do with your time. So basic things that friends that have already done this quarantine. Volunteering, checking that those who are vulnerable are, you know, are being looked after. Have a plan for your day. That was what someone said, and that really helps me actually. You know, yeah, just have a plan for your day. And actually, that is something even on my retreat that I decided I wanted to do the night before, to have a plan what to do the next day, have a plan for the week, have a plan for the month. And then I always work in kind of 3-month blocks with my clients and myself. You know, what would we love to create in 3 months? What was the other thing I was going to say about having a plan? Personally, I'm restricting Netflix because I've just got so many other cool things to do, you know. And I'm a little bit addicted to Outlander at the moment, so I don't want to spend the whole day or nights or whenever just kind of on Netflix. But I'm going to come back to that anyway. I'm not drinking alcohol at the moment, and I haven't done probably in, what day are we on today? Probably for about a week. And I was going to treat myself to a glass of wine tonight, but I actually don't think I will, because I literally, like earlier today, I just felt so incredible. And I nearly started to question myself. Why do I feel so good? And I thought, well, why even question yourself? Just stay with it. You know, as Abraham Hicks says, it's easier to stay in a high vibration than to get back into one when you're not feeling incredible. So, yeah, number 8, that was number 9, moment by moment. Number 8 helps with that. Breathe. Breathe. I'm over the moon to discover that so many people are actually taking up meditation and yoga, you know, because obviously they can't go to the gym. So, you know, I'm just loving that. This is part of this world changing malarkey. If you're one of the people that wants to, so if you want to do some yoga, I've got some amazing Kundalini yoga classes that I can give you free access to. So just let me know. And I mean, I'm just Mrs. Evangelist when it comes to Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've also got loads of free meditations as well. So, you know, let me know if you want, any of those. Some people want to just join the group, so let me. Yeah. Yoga. So that's breathe. Yoga, meditation. Yeah, and if that's too much for you, just take a deep breath, you know. Take a nice, deep, juicy breath. Like seriously, just taking 40 deep breaths a day. Or take maybe 3 deep breaths, but breathe in slowly, consciously for the count of 7. and hold it for a few seconds and then breathe out for the count of 7. And that's really, 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 really powerful. Or just be conscious when you're making your cup of tea. Like, just be totally present. I got this tip from an incredible book called A Cave in the Snow, written by the very first female Buddhist monk, actually, who's the daughter of a London fishmonger. There you go, a little bit of information for you. And you know, with breathing and the meditation and everything, when you're, okay, so with meditation, the point is not to stop your thinking. That's like almost an impossibility. It's to slow it down, and it's to put gaps in there in between the breaths, okay? But what's really magical about taking slow, deep, conscious breaths is that you cannot possibly think when you're taking a slow, deep, conscious breath. So you're not meant to, like, you're not failing at meditation if you're thinking, all right? I think that kind of throws a lot of people. It's impossible, I think, not to think, unless maybe Eckhart Tolle has nailed it. Maybe that's what enlightenment is. I don't know. Well, maybe if I thought about it, I might know, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Anxiety, depression, things like that might come up. And, it's a tricky time. I'm not going to deny it. It's a tricky time for people that might suffer from mental health issues. And you can't go out, you can't exercise, you can't kind of stick with your normal daily routine. But all of these things that I'm sharing are really going to assist. One of the things I did want to share with you is that I used to suffer from anxiety, and I had this download recently about anxiety, okay? And again, take what resonates, all right? But what I got was that when you start to think or feel like you're going to get anxiety or a panic attack or something, as soon as you can, just take that deep breath. And then realize that actually what's happening is that you're taking in more light. Your energy, your vibration is rising. And that's why you're feeling like that. Okay? So, when you just immediately take that deep breath and realize that actually this is an upgrade. Okay? This is an upgrade. So pause, take that deep breath, and know that you're going to reach a higher vibe. Okay, that was number 8. Breathe. Number 7, take up a new hobby. If you are in self-isolation or on lockdown, with the extra time on your hands, you can start something new, Pick up that musical instrument that's sitting around. Cook something new. There's lots and lots of guides on YouTube around learning. I've got a tin whistle and a bowron here that I might be, going back to. So that's number 7, take up a new hobby. Number 6 is relax. And this brings me back to me talking about I'm only allowed this much Netflix a day. Be super gentle on yourself. You don't have to be Superman or Superwoman. Relax, kick back and chill. Yeah, at the moment I was saying I'm a bit addicted to Outlander. I'm just loving it so much, and it's so full of tension, but it's so well done. So that's on Netflix, but I have a list of movies, Spanish movies and English movies, free movies on YouTube that you can watch. So feel free to ask me, and I'm happy to share those. Okay, so that's number 6, relax. 5, exercise. Goes without saying. If you're not able to go out, apart from to the chemist or the supermarket, you're not going to be easily able to get your 5,000 or your 10,000 or whatever steps in. So find a way around that, you know, running on the spot, star jumps, etc., etc. Again, YouTube or on. So dump whatever is on your head onto paper. It's such a fantastic way of clearing your mind and just bringing you back to just your center and alignment with your soul, man, you know. Who knows? Maybe your first book might come out of it. And I really recommend The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. She's really amazing in terms of assisting you to write. It's actually from her that I got the whole, I write 3 pages. I just do a brain dump in the morning, 3 pages every day. So yeah, that's something I really recommend. So that's number 4, journaling, writing. And you know, right, with the writing thing, we're making history now. I mean, this is history, you know, apart from, you know, whether we create a new world the other side of this or not, this is history. So yeah, powerful, great time to be writing, to be sure. Okay, number 4, so that's journaling. Number 3, have a laugh. It could get really serious. Okay, so have a laugh and don't take things personally. People might freak out at you, especially if you're Mrs. Positive or even if you're Mrs. Negative. Don't take anything personally. People are worried at the moment. We're all being tested, you know. If you've been working on yourself for a long time, you'll know how many dark nights of the soul have you had, you know? So just be gentle with other people, especially if they lash out at you. Just don't react, you know, and maybe wait before you respond. Just chill, okay? And have a laugh, you know? And yeah, it can get quite, you know, dark. Dark humor is cool as well. Or have a cry. It's all fine. Have a laugh, have a cry. You know, it's just letting the emotions flow through. We're here to feel. We're here to feel our emotions. And one of my favorite things is, you know, you've got to feel it to heal it. What was I going to say? But yeah, and you know, be like a child. Look at a child. They're crying. And then they get through it. And then the next second they're laughing. You know, like, they're masters, man. They mastered it. Emotions are just to be felt. Just let it flow through. It's when we hold it in and we think it's wrong to be angry, or, you know, we think it's wrong to be sad or to cry or to laugh inappropriately or whatever. You know, that's when we end up with diseases and illness and everything. Emotion, energy in motion. So let it flow, okay? You know, be gentle with others. Number 2, so that's number 3. Have a laugh. Number 2, be practical. Be practical. Thank you for the likes. I like it when you give me the likes. Feel free to give me more likes. I like that. Me likey the likes. Be practical. Make lists of all the things that you'd love to do. I did that today, actually, you know. Because I actually don't feel like I've got loads of extra time on my hands. I can so quite easily fill up all of my time doing awesome things. Thank you for the likes. So make a list, you know. Clear out the spare room, clear out the office, declutter, Marie Kondo your house, or even watch the Marie Kondo series on Netflix. I love that woman so much. I think she's incredible. Learn a language. You know, all of these things you can also, you know, download, you know, the guides or the things on Kindle or whatever. But a lot of these things you can do free online and with podcasts and everything. Read more. My God, sort out your paperwork, you know. What else went on my list? A few things that have kind of just been bugging me and that I know I'd be happier if they were done. You know, I added them to my list today. Like, put up a crystal that, you know, fell down forever ago that I know will bring me so much joy. I've got loads of crystals around the house and loads that catch the sun, but how much joy is it going to bring me when that crystal is going to be up and it's bringing rainbows all around the place, you know? So that's one thing that I added to my list. So what are the things that you know, would really, really, really love to, you know, that you would really, really love to have created or done, you know, on the other side of this? So that's number 2, be practical. And number 1, we're at number 1 now. This too shall pass. I know, I'm stating the obvious. You know, as I said, China's recovering. And I don't want to be glib and I don't want to make light of this. You know, I do want to stress that it's incredibly important to do the self-isolation, to, you know, the lockdown, and especially, you know, we're doing this for the vulnerable peoples, you know, that's who we're doing this for. So it's really, really important that you do pay attention to, you know, whatever is happening, you know, where you're living. With that being said, this too shall pass. You know, it's not gonna last forever. And like one of my friends said, our ancestors were called to war, people. You're being asked to sit on the sofa and watch Netflix, you know, like have a little bit of perspective. You know, how lucky we are, really. All right, so that's that. Now we're gonna go into the meditation and shamanic journeying part of the Facebook Live. So we're about half an hour in. I was telling you that I had a holiday and a retreat last week, and oh my God, it was just unbelievably incredible. I did loads and loads and loads. Yeah, I know, I thought you might like that. I did loads and loads of shamanic journeying and connected with my own, I connected with my own wisdom, and I connected with so much more. I connected with a wisdom that just can't be named. Operating heavy machinery. That's one of the things they always say, isn't it? Or if you have drunk alcohol or whatever, it's best in the kind of clear, clean head and mind and heart. And you can always, I'm just going to do this anyway, so you don't have to stay tuned for all of it. You can, you know, watch the recording, and I'll probably send it out to people as well. But, you know, if you're going to be here for this, then, you know, I would recommend that you switch off all distractions. You're not going to be disturbed. You know, switch off Facebook and all of those kind of things. So let's start. Half an hour in now, so let's start now. So get yourself comfortable. And just start by taking a few deep breaths. And close your eyes. And just notice your breathing. And maybe start by taking some slow, deep, conscious breaths. Gotta have my blinky. It's blinky time. So nice, slow, deep, conscious breaths. Sometimes I work with breathing in through the nose and and breathing out through the mouth. So make sure you're comfortable. You want to uncross your arms and legs. Unless you're sitting in a lotus position, that's fine. And just an upright, straight spine is a good idea. So what I'd like you to do is just set your intention using positive words. What would you love to get from this meditation? So for instance, I would love to be peaceful, clear, happy-headed and hearted at the other side of this. Or I would love whatever. So when I say don't use a negative, I mean don't say I don't want to feel down, you know. So what would you love to feel? I would love to feel happy, clear, confident, healthy. Okay. So what would you love? And I want you to imagine now that you're drawing a sparkly golden circle all around you. Imagine that golden circle, maybe going out a few feet or a meter outside your body. So you are sitting in this beautiful golden circle. Keep breathing. And as you sit in this circle, we're going to define that circle as the end result of what you would love. So if you chose that you want to be healthy, happy, vibrant, whatever you decided you wanted to get from this meditation, we're going to define that circle as the qualities or what you would love to get from the meditation. And as you do that, you notice that this circle becomes a bright, vibrant egg of iridescent, sparkling, golden. And it surrounds you, allowing light and love, beauty, and everything that you love into your world. And it allows what you love to flow out from your heart, your mind, your soul, out into the world. And as you bathe in the beauty, the magic, the glow of this golden iridescent egg, you notice that the whole wide world is shimmering and glowing with health, with love, and in peace, with vibrant energy. And now just focus on your breathing for some time. If you notice yourself thinking, simply bring your attention back to the breath. So you might want to breathe in for the count of 7. And breathe out for the count of 7. Or close to, whatever works for you. If any negative emotions pop in, maybe a thought followed by a worry and a feeling of something, fear perhaps, but if any negative emotions come in, just notice what it is. What's the feeling? Oh, okay, that's fear, or that's anxiety, or that's dread, whatever. Especially if you start thinking about what's going on in the world, you know. I'm not tempting you to think about it, but if it does. So name the emotion and then identify, where is it in my body? Okay, it's in my heart. Okay, good. So what is it? Where is it? Now, I want you to ask yourself, what number is it? If 0 was nothing, you can't feel it, and 10 was the most you could imagine, what number would you give it? What number is it? Just any number, whatever number, the first number that comes to you. So, what's the emotion? Where is it? What number? And then, just breathe. Just breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth is really good. So you're just breathing. And keep asking yourself every few seconds, what number is it now? And just do that until you reach 0. And then ask yourself, what am I feeling now? So this is a really incredible way of taking you from whatever you're feeling, fear, anxiety, whatever, to peace, you know, enlightenment, the highest vibration, in literally seconds. Okay, so let's go back to the simple breath. Breathing in for the count of 7 and breathing out for the count of 7. And remember, if you start thinking you're not breathing deeply enough, because you can't think if you're breathing slowly, deeply and consciously, I'll stop interrupting you. And you might start noticing places in your body that you're feeling tension. So just breathe. So we're not trying to fix anything. We're not trying to heal anything, move anything, control anything. We're not judging whatever is coming up. We're not judging you for having it. Just allow. Let the breath guide you. If you find yourself yawning, it's a really good sign you're releasing some big stuff. So nice, deep, gentle breathing. And remember to smile. You're releasing the happy hormone serotonin just by even faking a smile. Do you like my fake smile? Sorry, I'm disturbing you again. I'm like, gotta laugh. Okay, so you get the drift. You can stay meditating and glowing and hopefully thriving. I'm going to actually end this recording now. But before I do, I just want to share the importance, I think you already know it, the importance of meditation. You know, anyone that's had a huge breakthrough, mystical experiences, you know, healing of any serious illnesses, meditation just seems to be meditation and gratitude seem to be two of the huge keys, you know, that really help. And I'm really excited that so many people are actually changing already, and you know, knowing that in any moment we've got a choice, fear or love. Love, what would we love? Looking out for others, free to join and let's keep those vibes raised, you know. All right, my lovies, I send you so much love, and I will see you next time. I'm going to be back here actually on Friday with my cacao, potentially having you're welcome, thank you for being here, having a virtual cacao ceremony. We're not going to be here in circle as we normally are on the third Friday of the month, but I'll have my cacao. If you've got cacao, great. You don't need it. We'll just call in the spirit of cacao. So, same time on Friday. See you then. Aloha. Bye-bye. So much love. Be well. Be healthy. Keep that vibe high. Yay! Bye, love. Thank you for the hearts and likes.